Okay, I'm set up to do the plunge cut for the drawer. This is probably one of the most difficult cuts in this piece. Basically, I'm going to trim as much off of the middle of the material here to get as deep as I can on each side. I'm going to flip it over and do the reverse side and then make the long grain cuts. I'll have to finish up with a jigsaw in the saw curve because the material isn't wide enough to get a complete plunge without damaging the side, and I want to leave a little bit of material on each end to frame the drawer front. I've got it clamped, and I've also got the repetitive stop set up here so that I can ensure equal spacing on each end as I flip the piece and as I rotate it end for end. So we'll go ahead and make the cut. Oh, and I should mention I have two stops, one in the back of the saw and one on the front of the saw so that it can't go anywhere. It's going to be perfectly stationary, and that'll help stabilize things. I've got some blocks set up as well, same width of the material so that it's a little bit more stable. And the depth of cut here is 15 millimeters. I'll loosen the back stop so I can slide the saw off, keeping this front stop in place. Do the clamp. Just going to flip it. Put the stop back, secure the saw so it won't go anywhere, and make the cut. And we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, I'm set up to make the long cuts on the stretcher to cut out the drawer front. I've got stops set up on the back end and the front end of the cut. I'm also using my parallel guides to ensure I've got perfectly parallel cut along the surface. The TS75 saw and the TS55 saw, for that matter, have little marks on the base, and when the 75 is fully engaged at 75 millimeters, this tells you where the entry and exit point of the blade are. So you can line these marks up with your cut lines, and then when I plunge the saw in, I'll know that I won't break the surface. I've got the stops in place just in case I do, and also to prevent kickback when I do the initial plunge into the wood. So I'm going to go ahead and make that cut, take it nice and slow, and it should work out well. Pretty good. So now what I need to do is take a jigsaw, cut off the corners and cut that drawer front out, and that part will be done. Okay, I'm set up with the jigsaw to make the cuts. I'm just going to go really slow, take my time, and just follow this outside edge. I can stand against the door or the drawer front to get it all flush. There you have it. So I'll just clean up the inside edges, a little scoring, and clean up this with a sander. Same thing on this side. Just a little bit of material left, not much.